Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today. The topic today is lighting apps for your Android devices. If in the future we can, we will come back and do another lighting apps for your Apple device. That being said, let's get started. Categories, so we'll share briefly with you which devices we used, how to find these apps if you're interested, and then the categories that we broke down these apps into: product catalogs, lux meters, ROI calculators, and a little bit about some other lighting tools that we found out there. Started with the devices. So the two devices that we used to do our tests on were both the Asus EE Pad, also known as the Transformer, and the Samsung Galaxy S3. Both are great devices. I had the Asus Transformer for over 2 years, the Galaxy about 2 or 3 months now. All of these applications were used on both devices. Both of these devices have front and back cameras, which becomes a little relevant when you're using a tablet or a phone as a light meter. Only the front camera works. You can imagine that you can't point the device to the light and read the screen without you being in between it. Being able to choose having front and back cameras was very helpful. And then one of the most popular devices on earth right now, the Galaxy S3. Very happy with the device. So all of these apps were tried on both of these. Now, where we got remarkably dissimilar readings with the same software looking at the same light source, we wrote that software off, and we only are evaluating here software that worked well. All the applications that we reviewed were available and are available on the Google Play Store. Most of these applications were free, but a few of them had 99 cents or $1.50. We paid no more than $1.99 for any one of these applications. First category is product catalogs. There are many lighting product catalogs in the Android store. We found that a few of them required a password. We applied for passwords, never heard back, so obviously we cannot review those. The Philips, which claimed to have rich features for the lighting industry, was disappointing. I'm very disappointed to say that we could not get that application to work on any of our devices. Frankly speaking, the application would load, then you have to choose your country of origin. Obviously, we chose the United States, and then it would download a packet for products for the United States, and it's at that point where the application failed each time. Several attempts on several devices. And many out there, don't be fooled, folks. You don't need to fill your device up with all these applications. Many of these are just shortcuts directly to the website and are 100% the same as their website. So no sense in having a special app installed on your device when you could just put a shortcut in your browser. Best in class for product applications, what we found were two. I guess you're probably not surprised that we chose the MaxLite University, but frankly speaking, it is much more than what you would find at the MaxLite website. It's more information. That's what is in their standard catalogs. And for that reason, we have selected it. And then also Juno. The Juno lighting app is a fantastic app. Rich color catalogs available, very interactive. If you are selling or using MaxLite products or Juno product, you probably want to have the MaxLite University and the Juno lighting app installed on your device. The next category is light meters. This was my favorite category. I played for dozens of hours with all of these apps using different types of lighting. And what we found, for the most part, most of these light meters, or what are claimed to be light meters, are actually designed for photographers, not for us lighting professionals in the industry. If you are an avid photographer and you understand ISO and f-stop and how to set it so that you can get proper light readings, bless you, but they were really designed for another industry, and we discounted those. We found a lot that just simply did not work. For instance, one of them was just commercial after commercial. It would give you a lux reading, and you take a second later another reading of the exact same light source, and it gave you a completely different reading. So we did not find that that worked at all. And then the last category of what we found was apps that were good light meters, actually, but they had a cap or a maximum lux that they can read, usually 300 or 500 lux. Now, that's good for low power light sources, but not good for any of the commercial stuff. It's just they fall short. They're not able to give an accurate count if it's exceeding 300 or 500 lux. And I want to take this moment to say that I am sorry to say that there were no light meters out there in the market that read in foot candles. All of these applications were designed in Europe for Europeans, and over there they measure in lux and not in foot candles. But for comparisons out in the field, I think that doesn't matter. Take a look at what we found to be the best in class for a light meter. If you are out there in the field selling products, reviewing products, talking about products, comparing products, certainly you want to download and install the Lux Mobile by NecTech. This is a great little app. It reads in Lux. It reads both the front and the back camera. You can switch between the two or read one or the other. Great for comparisons. Have you ever run into where somebody says, I got the same exact product, but mine is twice as bright? Well, whip it out. Let's light up this one and light up that one. We put the Android device approximately the same distance from each and read one at a time. It's a great apples-to-apples comparison in the field. If one has the ability, you can actually convert Lux to foot candles. You can contact me at gmurphy@maxlite.com and we can help you with a formula if that's useful for you. The fact that it has no upper limit on the Lux, I was able to get over 2,000 lux. That's a very, very bright light source and from a very short distance. So I think it's perfect for low light levels. For high light levels, you can pair MR16s with this. You can compare, 2x4 troffer fixtures with this. A great little device. And like I say, I don't recall if this was free or if they charged, but if they do charge, it's not more than $1.99. Lux Mobile by NecTech. They don't know me. I'm not getting paid by them. It's a great application. Thank you, Saul. Saul's right on top of it, probably has already downloaded it, and he's telling us it's free. And again, I'm not getting any kickbacks from NecTech. I'm just a user, never contacted them. Move on to the next category. The next category that we looked at was the ROI calculator, the return on investment calculator. We only found two, although the Philips application claimed to be able to do it. As I mentioned earlier, we were not able to get that app to work. The two ROI calculators that we found that we included here are the MaxLite from MaxLite.com. MaxLite does have an app. Their app is designed similar to the MaxLite webpage, but is designed to work well on an Android device, and it does. What I like about the MaxLite calculator is it can be used in a custom way. In other words, you can use it with drop-down menus with all of the MaxLite product, but you can also choose the custom path where you can actually use this return on investment calculator for anybody's product when you're taking out any existing product. So it's a pretty handy tool. It includes the ballast factor. It includes a space for rebates if that's applicable. It's a very good calculator, and like I say, it can be used for more than just MaxLite.com products. It can be used for anybody's products. Now, the next one that we reviewed and found to be best in class is a lighting calculator by Everlast Lighting. Everlast Lighting is actually an induction company. They don't do LED, they don't do HID. From what I can tell, they are strictly an induction lighting company, but their app is just fantastic. Not only does it do the lighting return on investments, but it does also do fundamental lighting layouts that you can do right in the field. I wouldn't recommend going to the bank with these lighting layouts, but it does give you a good estimation of the number of fixtures that one requires. The Everlast Lighting app from Everlast Lighting is one that you definitely want to carry around on your device. You can do not only quick return on investments, but also you can do estimated lighting layouts. The last category for us to review today are other lighting tools. I was very excited when I saw an application that claimed to be able to measure Kelvin temperature. Wouldn't that be fantastic, where we can point our device, get an accurate Kelvin temperature, get an accurate lux count, and be able to do calculations? But unfortunately, this application seems to love to be around the 6,000 Kelvin. I took even some lamps that were spot on 2,700 Kelvin, and it measured it at 5,800 Kelvin. So it simply doesn't work. I would have been very happy to tell you to download this one as well. And then there's another called Lighting Calculator that is supposed to be able to show you the number of fixtures that you would need in a particular size area, and it just worked very poorly. Froze up my devices, both of them, so it would be hard to say that it was an incompatibility hardware-wise. So other lighting tools, we really didn't find anything useful that we thought we should bring to you. We didn't want to waste your time. I do want to do a quick recap on the best apps that we recommend for Android device carriers who are in the lighting industry, and that is the Lux Meter by Nextech, the Light Meter by Nextech, and the ROI calculator known as the Everlast Lighting app. These two apps I think are invaluable for doing quick calculations in the field. Now folks, this webinar ran about 15 minutes today. We know that you all are very busy, many just getting home from Light Fair. I know that is the case for me. Light Fair, by the way, was better than ever. I know they say that every year, but it's becoming true. It has been announced that the next Light Fair will be June 3rd through June 5th in Las Vegas, and then the following year back to Philadelphia, and then after that it will be in San Diego. So moving around a little bit. If you didn't get a chance to see Light Fair, MaxLite will be doing a webinar either in May, June, or July as a MaxLite Light Fair recap. So again, thank you all for joining. Remember, these webinars are all posted for download, on-demand download. This webinar will go up there as well. And check out the university. Not only does it have in-depth product information, as we mentioned earlier, about the MaxLite products, but has a lot of good things for all of us in the lighting industry that are totally non-commercial. Thank you all for joining. We really appreciate it. We hope that this was worth your time, and talk to you next month.